I want to know, how do you feel about garden gnomes?
I like them. I
Um,
like a garden T-Rex. I like a garden gnome.
Yeah.
I like when they're doing funny things, like they have a cigar in their mouth or something. Like I like that. Yeah.
I think I'm one of those people that they move. Like just the family I'm from, there's a lot of supernatural whatever. So they're alive. They're not, but the little childhood like memory thing. They
Right.
move and they dance around. I should preface that with a story. Some of my relatives never let me go in their basement ever because they said they have little things that live down there, and I said, "Oh, definitely don't tell a kid that."
Yeah.
And they would like move stuff, and like whenever I'd look, they would mess with me. Also, I stayed at another relative's house, and they're like, "Oh, my cousin, their daughter was all grown up and she went to college," and they're like, I was probably like 10. They were like, "You can stay in her room," and I was like, "Cool." And they just have like porcelain dolls looking at the bed, like literally 60.
No, thank you.
That was her bacon. She liked porcelain dolls.
That's wild.
And they were like, "You can go to bed to the Dark Crystal." I'm like, I don't know what this does, but
Jim Henson and a bunch of
nothing good.
Jim Henson and a bunch of porcelain dolls. Go to sleep.
That's nothing good.
I know you're 10, whatever. You can take it.
Sweet dreams.
It was also in the attic of their house.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I still run up the stairs after I shut the light off in the basement.
Oh yeah, dude. No, that's we're gonna prep you for later in life when you have therapy when this comes up. Yeah.
I was just gonna say I don't think I was ready to ever tell that.
Wow. Porcelain dolls are awful.
Yeah.
Puppets are worse, I think.
A lot of stuff makes sense now, actually.
I do feel like
it really does.
I do feel like puppets are worse though.
Puppets are worse than porcelain dolls?
I think so.
I think you're more likely to end up in a place with a bunch of dolls than you are puppets.
Well, porcelain dolls, yeah.
You know,
I think porcelain dolls, you have a very old grandmother that passed.
Yeah.
Puppets, I think you're in a different situation.
Puppeteers are a different vibe entirely.
Yeah. I used to do home inspections, and one time I went to go inspect a home for a buddy of mine, and they were like, "Just wait till you go to the garage," and I was like, "All right."
Oh, that's never good.
That's a statement that can never be.
And I go to the garage, and the garage is huge. It's like a 4 or 5 car garage, right? And I walk in, and there's like this weird, like, it's a stage, but the stage starts here, and the top is like here. It's a puppet stage.
Yep.
Ooh.
Yeah, and there's seats. And there's seats in the garage.
Oh, there's an audience? Okay.
Wild.
So you're
the woman that lived there prior, before she passed, was a puppeteer. She had a puppet show. She had a puppet show theater in her garage. And then
I'm sorry, I just turned to look, and it was like, rising from the depths.
The Austin Powers. I think I'll take the stairs.
I'm gonna take the escalator.
Yeah.
Maybe this canoe.
I am tempted to tell you the story about the time me and Jake made we weren't aware that we were making a kill room like Dexter. And we had these girls coming over to take promo photos, and we had this studio in this like big musicians like studio rehearsal space, and we were doing blood photos, so we put plastic lining all over the walls and everything so it didn't get covered in it. But when it was the first time meeting them.
So
it was full on Dexter.
Absolutely.
I loosely knew this great professional photographer in Cleveland. I was like, this is my idea, let's do this. What we ended up doing was even weirder, but we had like a rehearsal space, and we're like, all right, let's do the whole, because we were like a metalcore band at the time, and she
didn't walk in the room, put it that way.
Yeah, it just fit the bill, and then she walks in and there's plastic everywhere.
She goes,
and it looks like
another location we can shoot.
It looks like a murder room, and we're like, you know what, looking on the outside, this looks crazy.
Yeah, it looked absolutely wild.
But
I wouldn't be invited here either. This is I got you.
But you know what? She took us to an abandoned warehouse.
Yeah,
and
20-degree
it
weather.
was it was actually
Isn't it always?
And it was roped off or like chained off that you couldn't go into, so we had to go like sneak real quick. But it was like it was like 10 degrees outside, and they splashed. She made it was like fake blood with like
Laundry detergent.
laundry detergent. I think it was like some kind of syrup to make it like
Right.
thicker, and like food coloring and stuff. And that was on us. And then we had to drive home in that. So
Just freezing.
Oh.
we were driving in Cleveland on the highway,
Covered in
and people
blood.
were looking over, and I was like, "What's everybody looking at? This is so weird."
Yeah, we just had blood on our face and on our clothes. I immediately was like,
Oh,
do not pour that over my head.
I had black hair at the time, and it was completely just red, all of it. It was just so gooey and nasty.
Our guitarist
Oh,
got in
man.
his eyes. He was
Yeah.
like, I
Oh.
can't see.
He's crying in the back. I can't see.
We suffer for our art.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
what we do.
The
Take
photos
it.
look cool.
That's right. The photos were
Well, that's
cool.
all that
I
matters.
bet the photos were awesome. Yeah.
Yeah,
That
she
is
did a
all that
great job.
matters.
Yep.